So by now, if you've been playing along at home, we know who your ideal client is and we know where they hang out, which means you have a ready-made source of groups in which you can get involved, and that is the next step, to get involved. What does that mean? First thing it means is you need to turn up. So if you don't know how to use Facebook, or you don't know how to use Reddit, or you don't know where the local Chamber of Commerce is, or you don't know how to get into a networking event, or whatever it might be, you've got to solve that problem. Go and solve it. That's not complicated. Usually, getting to these things might be a fairly low barrier. Sometimes it might cost some money. I'm going to leave it up to you as to whether you're prepared to make that investment. But particularly online sources, the barriers to entry are very, very low because you're probably already online, especially if you're watching or listening to this. So how are you going to go about getting involved? Look at your list. Get involved in all of those. We did 5, that's not a ton of things. Get involved. Join a group, follow a company, get on a platform, learn how to use it. That's what getting involved is about. But what are you going to do then? Remember, it's known, liked, and trusted. So what you need to do is start engaging with people. Comment on their posts, shake their hands, say hello to them, introduce yourself, just get to know people. Literally talk to them as if you're at a family barbecue. Find out about them, let them find about you. Trust is reciprocal. So known, liked, and trusted. Trust is a little bit reciprocal. Sometimes you need to give a bit to get a bit. Don't be afraid to be a little bit vulnerable and authentic, to share more about yourself. You don't have to go crazy. You don't need to tell them all of your most intimate details. You just need to demonstrate a little bit of trust, a little bit of openness, because if you are aloof, people will react the same way. They will be aloof with you. Get involved by initially introducing yourself. Now, what you can do, of course, beyond that is then you can start to contribute value of your own. What I suggest you do for a little while, if you're not really attuned with your ideal client at the moment, is listen. Spend a bit of time listening. We've spoken about the importance of listening already, and this is another example of it. Listen to what they talk about. Listen to the things that they really, really want, or they care about, or the conversations they're having. Listen to the things that terrify them, the things they want to avoid. And as you listen, you will notice themes. Things will come up over and over and over and over and over, because that is the nature of people, which is we share similar fears and similar desires within the context that we find ourselves. They might be business related, they might be personal related, whatever they are. And then think to yourself, how can I add value to this conversation? Perhaps you can do a short few paragraphs with your thoughts on some of those issues, just inside the body of the online platform where you might be hanging out. Perhaps you might have a little paper you could hand out. Perhaps you could speak to people or email them. Perhaps you could produce something that they might find useful, a video, a podcast, a blog post, whatever. It doesn't matter. How can you add value? Perhaps the value you will bring is just by being comforting and kind to people. Do not underestimate that being kind is valuable to people. You don't always have to bring your intellectual legal expertise to every single thing that you do, to every single interaction that you have. Remember, known, liked, and trusted is not just about your intellectual legal prowess. It's about the relationship. Remember, relationship development. And I'm going to mention it a lot. So your job now is to get involved. And over time, it will naturally become the situation that you will develop closer relationships. Yes, this is a simple framework for relationship development, but the truth is most lawyers overcomplicate it. If you just view it as relationships with people, develop them the same way you would with any other person, outside the context of it being called marketing. How would you develop a relationship with a person that you wanted to get to know better? Do that, and then do it again and again and again and again and again, and you would be amazed how much you can accomplish inside a year or two of diligently and attentively developing relationships with people. That's how you do it, and that is your homework. Go forth, begin engaging, listen, pay attention, comment, add value. Good luck.